Okay, kids, if you don't like big noises, it's time to put your fingers in your ears.
The aircraft coming in now, flown by Ross Bowman. Canopy up pass at 300 knots. And return for a maximum rate turn. Now that aircraft, if we were in the centre of this airfield, would probably turn inside the airfield boundaries. So he's about to perform a 5G 350 knot max rate turn. Just performing what he calls a loaded roll, about 20 to 25 degrees nose up pitch. Only using the ailerons, there's no rudder used in that at all. Heading back in now, 400 knots for an inverted pass. Reposition. The aircraft will enter the manoeuvre at 400 knots with 90 degrees nose up and then a 50-degree nose up attitude until pointing at the ground, then full aileron. Now the aircraft has just departed the airfield for a minute because we thought that we heard another aircraft in the vicinity. The aircraft, the F-35, needs complete clear airspace here, so we just thought we heard an aircraft. So Bunga has taken off. He's just going to go over the water for a second and we'll wait to see what happens.
Demonstrates the seriousness of this machine here now and the capabilities of such a machine.
Most definitely, and the need, because of the manoeuvring, the wake turbulence of this aircraft could knock another aeroplane out of the ground, or neither pilot wants a surprise.
We gave that Wegstar Eagle over there a headache a moment ago as he comes through, and I saw that. But the first couple of passes, what did you think of that, Central Coast? That's worth the admission price on its own when you see the F-35 with an afterburner on. All eyes up here in the tower to see where he is.
See him out over the coast at the moment, just a tiny little dot. He's just cruising out there for a minute.
On another note, we did see Paul Bennett leave there in the Kitty Hawk. He has messaged me. He'll be back soon. And after this F-35 flight, they'll be here to sign some autographs and shirts down at the Paul Bennett Airshow merchandise trailer.
Still see the aircraft out there, we're just watching it now. Still trying to confirm if that other aircraft was in the area. So we've just heard that he's going to come back in and recommence. Safety first in all the operations here for all the aircraft, not just the F-35. You can see, if you have a look, over the tree line there down to the southeast. Now this is a very large aircraft. You normally don't hear of fighter aircraft having internal weapons bays, but that's one of the things that we'll be seeing here during Bunga's display. You see heading back in now.
He's got the skates on too, Endo. So heads up, look to the south, boys and girls. The F-35's back in town.
So we get two lots at it. How good is this? Nose up and nose down. 50 degrees. That's incredible. Deliberately creating a flat spin. And you'll see the aircraft is dropping the landing gear now for a configured or dirty pass. Bit of a slow pass. He'll probably give us a bit of a wave, so give him a huge wave back. He will be able to see you from that cockpit. This aircraft is huge. Give him a wave, ladies and gentlemen. At 550 knots. Notice how it goes quiet before it becomes very noisy. Streamers off the wingtips. Now on this next pass we mentioned that the aircraft has internal weapons bays. Now they can carry a variety of missiles and bombs. So this pass will show those weapons bays, which are huge. They're about the same size as that on the TBM Avenger that we saw earlier. circular. Well, this just goes to prove that thrust overcomes gravity, and the responsiveness of the aircraft means that you get a square loop. Now earlier on we saw with Levi's models the aircraft doing what was called a high alpha pass, which means a very high angle of attack, so the fuselage is sitting up looking like a cobra about to strike. He'll be coming through at about 500 feet and he's slowing the aircraft down to about 100 knots, which is really slow for an aircraft of this performance. Well within the aircraft's capabilities. Now he can't see out of the front of the aircraft there because of the high nose angle. Split S. And into another max rate turn and what he calls a loaded roll. The aircraft basically can roll almost within its own length. Climbing to 4,000 feet, then pointing the nose down, full aileron and stick and rudder. And a very small flat spin that was. there is more. Keep your eyes on that aircraft. This will be the final pass, and get your cameras out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Royal Australian Air Force F-35A Lightning II. Flown today by Flight Lieutenant Ross Bowman, Bunger, from 2 Operational Conversion Unit at Williamtown.
Central Coast, what do you think of that? Let's make some noise to the F-35! Airshow. Give the guy a big round of applause. Have you had a good time, Central Coast?
Put your hands together for the RAAF and Bunger and the F-35.
Well, there you go. You sort of can't go anywhere after that, can you?
No, that's about it. That is the best finale you will get for an air show here. We have had a fantastic weekend here at Warnervale, Central Coast. The crowd, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. So give yourselves a big round of applause as well, because this is one of the best crowds that we have ever had. For those of you who want to stay back a little bit, because remember, everyone that gets to the gate at the same time just manages to stand in a queue. So there's plenty of merchandising going on, there's plenty of coffee, lots of food still available.